Hey, what's up guys? It's AFK Denver. How are y'all doing today? And today I have for y'all another absolute banger of a story. And today's story is about this time that one of my subscribers got scammed 2 times by the same drug dealer. And yeah, like I said in many of my other stories, when y'all send in stories, I just tell them from y'all's perspective. I read them off as if I am y'all because I'm too lazy to sit here and change names and tell it from a different perspective. So I'm just gonna read it off to y'all guys. I hope y'all guys enjoy, and let's go ahead, hit that like button, make sure y'all are subscribed, and let's get into the video. So like I said in the intro, today's video is about this person who got scammed 2 times by the same drug dealer, and this story takes place about a little over a year ago. And my first encounter with this drug dealer was actually with one of my friends. I was hanging out with him, we were looking for some weed, and we were like, you know what, I know this guy. And my friend was like, I went to football with him whenever I was still in football. We played football together. I mean, neither of us play now, and yeah. So I was like, okay, that'll work. So he hits up the guy, and he had everything all good whenever I was hanging out with this one friend. Everything went smoothly. We got some weed and we smoked that night. I mean, it was pretty decent from what this person's saying. So, we smoked that night, and I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna add you on Snap, and I'll probably hit you up some other time. And then another time comes around where I was hanging out at one of my friends' house, and I was like, hey, you want to get some weed? He was super paranoid. He was like, no, not really. I mean, he went into his bathroom, made a sploof out of a toilet paper roll and some dryer sheets. If y'all know what I'm talking about, y'all know what I'm talking about. If you don't, then you don't. But, it was one of those times, and he was just like, okay, now you can text the drug dealer. And I was like, okay. And, I hit him up, and he takes forever to get there. I remember it was probably close to an hour later he finally shows up. And at that point I was just super ready to just get on with my night. And he pulls into this parking lot over by my friend's house. I meet him over there on my skateboard. I'm just like, okay. And I hand the man probably about $40, and he in return hands me this Swisher pack. At the bottom of it you could feel a little bit of something. So I'm just like, okay, I trust this man. I mean, he did me good that one time, so why would he try to do me dirty? So I didn't even check it. I just go back to my friend's house, and I go into his room, and I bust open the pack. It's just a gutted out Swisher, guys. It's just the guts. And I'm just like, okay, I mean, just spent $40 on $1 worth of, tobacco? I don't know. And then that was the first time that he scammed me, and I should have learned my lesson. And I text him, and I'm like, hey, you scammed me, bruh? What's going on? I thought we were chill. He's like, oh, I don't like the friend that you were hanging out with. And I'm just like, oh, I mean, you could have just said something. You didn't have to do me dirty like that. But, after a while of me getting from him again with my other friend, I started to gain his trust again. It was one night, I was just laying in my bed, and I was just like, hey, I got some money, I want some weed. So I hit up a couple people, and nobody really hit me back because it was midnight at the time. And then I decided to hit him up because, he's done me good a couple times, done me bad a couple times. It's a gamble. So I hit him up, and then he's like, yeah, I'll come out there. And I was super paranoid about getting out of my house and going to meet up with him and everything. And I was just like, okay, just pull down the road some. Tell me when you're there. I'll meet you over there. So about another hour goes by. He comes by. He does not listen at all. He just pulls in the driveway and honks. So, at this point, I'm having to be fast with it. I jump out the window. I go over to him, and I buy some weed off of him. And then I go back into my bedroom. I'm sitting there. I bust open the Swisher pack. Man did me dirty again. For some reason, he was also super strict on the fact that I take his cigarette from him. I don't know why. He's just like, here, you want this half-smoked cigarette? And I'm like, no, not really, man. He's like, no, take it. So So like, okay, whatever. Hit it like once and throw it out. Like, I didn't want that. Why'd he give it to me? I don't know. But, I go back into my bedroom and I bust open the pack. And yet again, the man had a Swisher's pack with just Swisher guts in it. And I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with this man? And it was just like one of them instances where, like, as long as you're with someone, he's a trustworthy guy. But if it's just you not being with that certain person, a man's gonna fuck you over. And that's how this went. So guys, the lesson for today's story is don't trust strangers, don't do drugs, and please, if you're going to, get your money's worth. Don't be spending all your money just to get scammed. Hope y'all guys have a good night. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Please share it with a couple friends. I know that sounds cringy and y'all aren't gonna do it, but it would really help a lot because the views have been down on the channel since I took my break. But I am back doing dailies, and it's going to be that way for a while. So I hope y'all guys enjoyed this story. If y'all did, make sure to leave a like. Make sure to subscribe. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye.